Hey all, this is Qesankh Kheperu for New World Dimensions, and I took a break here to come to this beautiful park and make this video, which I'm calling Overcoming Adversities in Your Life. Now, there's a lot I want to say about this, but first of all, this is going to be the quintessential reference document for overcoming difficulties in your life. I want you to bookmark this video, remember this page, use this every day because it's going to help you immensely in overcoming any challenges that you're currently facing or that you will face in your life. And there's going to be two parts to this formula I'm going to give you. It's going to be really mind-blowing. So hold on a second, let's get into this. First part is overcoming any adversity. For you to do that, you have to understand that any difficulties you're having in your life are contextual. You cannot look at them as though it's just you. You have to look at the bigger picture. And I want you to go back and reference a video I did called Implants, because that really deals directly with what we're talking about. And in short, implants are ideas, concepts that are introduced into the masses of society to manipulate and control society. That's why I call them implants. They're viruses that are created by an elite core group who rule the planet. They introduce it into society, and once a certain number of the population accepts it, then it starts to basically mushroom and grow like wildfire. Now, you're being manipulated because what's being used to keep you in check and to create hardships and difficulties in your life is fear. Fear is the main principle that they are indoctrinating you with to keep you in your place and to keep you from challenging the so-called authority, but those who are in control and doing wrong to people and the planet. It is that fear mechanism. It's the same mechanism that is used against minority groups to keep them from trying to liberate themselves and to achieve bigger and greater things. Now, with that in mind, that your difficulties and challenges are not self-generated most of the times, but they're generated by a hierarchy that is manipulating those below them to keep them in check. And you'll see this in movies, in the media, because you're being taught to keep your consciousness in the mind-body experience in the physical vehicle to identify with their person. So if you identify with your person based on fear, then you believe the physical vehicle can be hurt, and pain is not good. So when you believe that that physical body or vehicle can be hurt, then you're more inclined not to take chances, not to go out of your comfort zone. And that's where most of your anxiety and your difficulties in life stem from, is that identification with the physical body. In ancient cultures, one of the beautiful things that they taught was that you are not the physical body. You are consciousness who is observing the world and everything in it, and that you have infinite power and potential. You are beyond likes and dislikes, pain, and so forth. So the other part to this is, in order to remove yourself from this matrix of thinking and to overcome these challenges in your life, one of the things I do is I make a list of things that create difficulty for me, whether it is maintaining a diet, where it is overcoming shyness or overcoming anger, not getting emotionally aroused by certain things. I make a list of those things that I want to work on in my daily life. So the way I do it is I first meditate and see myself on overcoming those challenges. Meditation is a great way, but it has some overcoming challenges, but it has some limitations. Meditation can't actually get you to overcome the difficulty in and of itself. It can get you in a way of thinking about it and feeling about that thing differently. For example, if I know that certain things upset my person and cause me to become angry or even fearful, I know that if I meditate on that, it'll help me change the way I feel about that thing, which inevitably is a trigger to an emotional outburst within myself. So meditation is a great way to change the way you feel about that. Let me give you a more concrete example. If you're waking up, say for example, on Monday morning, very early in the morning, say you wake up at 7 and you have to get to work by 9 and you hate Mondays, you can't stand Mondays, then you're wondering, well, why am I working so hard for so little pay at a job I really hate? Meditation is a great way of feeling differently about that and having more motivation to go to work and to overcome that feeling of anxiety, of dislike. Now, to get you further along the lines, you need to challenge yourself and overcome that difficulty by repeatedly exposing yourself to it on a day-to-day basis. So if I am writing down one of my challenges are I can't resist chocolate cake or whatever it is, I'm going to put myself in situations where the temptation or the trigger is there, and I'm going to repeatedly do that over and over again until I've learned to overcome that. That's what we call is building up momentum. You build up momentum by constantly putting yourself in situations over and over again where you're challenging yourself to overcome that difficulty. Now, doing that alone, that physical challenge, will not get you to where you need to go. Again, you must incorporate the active meditation. Meditation helps you feel differently about it, and the actual physical exercise of being in the presence of that thing over and over again to build the momentum to overcoming it, those combination and those two items will get you to overcoming that anxiety, overcoming that challenge, and meeting your goals and really realizing your potential as a divine being. That's the formula. That's what you need to do. Problem is, you'll see in a lot of self-help development courses, they'll talk about the meditation side only, or others will talk about the physical aspect of meeting the challenges, but they won't understand that there's a combination of the two that have to work hand in hand. It's the left brain and the right brain working together. So you become holistic in the way you operate. So it's not one avenue that'll get you there, but it is the synchronization of both that will help you to achieve your goal. That's what you need to look at. But also, going back to what we said earlier, understanding that a lot of the thoughts that you have are transferred to you. They're not originating from within your own person. The thoughts that you have are implants that are based on fear to keep you in check so that you won't go out of your comfort zone. And one of the things that is my goal is to bring myself out of the matrix of fear. Whatever fear that they're creating, I want to bring myself out of that matrix so that I understand that I am not the physical being, that I have unlimited power and potential. And the only way to do that is to confront things that are the most fearful and challenging things for you, the most stressful things to you, so that you can come to the realization of who you truly are. And there's a saying that a man who is not afraid to lose anything is a very dangerous person, you know? And that's what this society and the ruling elite are afraid of, is you starting to awaken to the fact that, you know what, you can't be hurt, you can't be harmed. I was in the elevator the other day with a friend, and some guy was basically, you know, challenging me. He was like, came out of nowhere and just started insulting me. And I maintained my calm, collective demeanor and was able to really just navigate out the situation. And my friend was just surprised and said, well, weren't you upset? Weren't you embarrassed that this guy was insulting you? And I said, well, this is my reality. I'm creating this scenario as a projection of my thoughts and beliefs. So I don't really give credence to anything he said because he does not exist in my mind. And I have no emotional response to anything he says because what he says is of no value to me. You know, I don't respect him, so he has no value in my reality, you know? So I want you to think about that. This formula, use this formula in your day-to-day activities. Make a list of those things that challenge you, do the meditation, then actively put yourself in those situations that challenge you and work to overcome those. It's going to be a slow process, but eventually you'll get there. This is Qesankh Kheperu for New World Dimensions, and that's all for now.